The universe is quiet in a way it has never been before. Space feels emptier, heavier, as if something vital has been ripped out of it. Tony Stark drifts through the darkness aboard the damaged Benatar, the ship barely holding together after the battle on Titan. Supplies are almost gone. Oxygen is low. Tony records a message for Pepper Potts, speaking softly, without drama, because there is no strength left for speeches. He talks about failure, about losing, about how he's not afraid of dying but hates that he couldn't keep his promise. Nebula sits nearby, silent and focused, conserving energy. The stars outside do not respond. On Earth, the aftermath of the snap is everywhere. Cities are half empty. Cars sit abandoned in the streets. People move slowly, carrying grief like a physical weight. Steve Rogers leads a support group for those left behind. He listens more than he speaks, offering quiet encouragement. Even Captain America has no answers. Natasha Romanoff works constantly, coordinating what remains of the Avengers, refusing to slow down because stopping would mean feeling the loss. Bruce Banner tries to help where he can, balancing his intelligence with the unstoppable presence of the Hulk inside him. Thor is nowhere to be found. Suddenly, hope appears in the form of Carol Danvers. She detects the Benatar drifting in space and brings it safely back to Earth. Tony is barely alive when he arrives. He collapses into Pepper's arms, angry, broken, and exhausted. When he finally recovers enough to speak, his pain turns into blame. He lashes out at Steve, accusing him of abandoning the fight, of not being there when it mattered. The Avengers stand divided, not just by distance but by guilt and regret. With Tony back, the team regroups. Using what data they have, they locate Thanos. The energy surge from the Infinity Stones has left a clear trail. There is no debate. No long planning. They go to confront him immediately. This is not about strategy. It is about CL. The quantum realm spits the Avengers out across different points in time, each team landing in a familiar past that feels both comforting and dangerous. Nothing here knows what is coming. Every choice matters. In New York, 2012, the city is in chaos as the Battle of New York rages. Chitauri ships fill the sky. Explosions echo between skyscrapers. Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Bruce Banner, and Scott Lang arrive separately but quickly regroup. For them, this battle is history. For everyone around them, it is still unfolding. They move carefully, avoiding their past selves, knowing even a small interaction could change everything. Their goal is clear. 3 stones are here, the Space Stone in the Tesseract, the Mind Stone in Loki's scepter, and the Time Stone guarded by the Ancient One. Bruce heads to the Sanctum Sanctorum to retrieve the Time Stone. He expects resistance, but instead finds the Ancient One calm and observant. She already understands what is happening. Bruce explains the future, Thanos, and the snap. At first, she refuses. Giving up the Time Stone could doom her reality. Bruce argues that without it, there will be no future to protect. When he mentions Stephen Strange and his choice to give up the stone willingly, she pauses. She sees that Strange must have had a reason. Trusting his judgment, she hands the Time Stone over, with one condition. It must be returned to the exact moment it was taken. Bruce promises. Meanwhile, Tony and Scott attempt to steal the Tesseract during the confusion of the battle. Their plan nearly works, but chaos intervenes. Past Hulk bursts out of a stairwell, slamming into Tony. The Tesseract skids across the floor and lands at the feet of Loki, who seizes the opportunity. With a grin, he activates it and vanishes. The Space Stone is lost. Steve has his own mission. He infiltrates the base where the scepter is being stored. In a strange twist of fate, he encounters his past self. A fight breaks out, brutal and fast. The Avengers stand in the ruined compound, the Infinity Stones laid out before them like weapons and wounds at the same time. Victory feels close, but Natasha's absence hangs heavy in the air. No one knows what to say. No speech can balance that loss. They all understand now that this mission was never going to be clean. The question becomes who will use the stones. Thor insists it should be him. He believes he owes the universe that much. He believes surviving should mean something. But his emotional state worries the others. Tony argues against it, blunt and practical. Steve listens, weighing every word. In the end, they agree Bruce is the best choice. His body was built to withstand gamma radiation. If anyone can survive the snap, it's him. Bruce puts on the nano gauntlet. The power surges immediately, coursing through him like fire. He screams in pain but focuses on a single thought. Bring everyone back. Not 5 years ago. Not changing what happened since. Just restore the lives Thanos erased. He snaps his fingers. For a moment, nothing happens. Then birds begin to chirp outside. Phones start ringing. Somewhere, life returns. The Avengers barely have time to process it when the ground shakes violently. A massive explosion tears through the compound. The building collapses on top of them. Thanos has arrived. From the rubble, a massive warship hovers overhead. This Thanos is different. Younger. Stronger. Fueled by certainty instead of reflection. He does not wait. He orders the bombardment to continue, determined to wipe them out before they can regroup. Tony, Steve, and Thor claw their way out of the wreckage. They stand together for the first time since the beginning, battered but unbroken. Thanos steps forward alone, sword in hand, calm and confident. He already knows how this ends, or so he believes. They attack him together. Thor wields Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. Steve proves himself worthy, summoning the hammer with perfect control. Tony's armor adapts. The battlefield falls silent. Dust drifts through the air where an army once stood. Survivors slowly realize it's over. No more explosions. No more alarms. Just the weight of what it took to win. They carry Tony's body back from the ruins. No one speaks. Even those who return from the snap can feel the loss immediately. Tony Stark saved the universe, but the man himself is gone. Days later, a funeral is held by the lake at Tony's home. Friends, family, and allies gather quietly. People from every corner of his life are there. Pepper stands strong for Morgan, holding her close. Happy Hogan sits beside them, struggling to keep his composure. One by one, heroes pay their respects. Some knew Tony well. Others only knew what he stood for. A message Tony recorded plays for them. He talks about second chances, about messing up and still trying to do better. He doesn't glorify the sacrifice. He treats it like the natural end of a life spent fixing his own mistakes. When the message ends, the arc reactor with the words, "Proof that Tony Stark has a heart," rests in the water, glowing softly before sinking beneath the surface. Life begins to move forward again. Thor realizes that ruling is not what he needs right now. New Asgard needs a leader who wants the job. He passes the crown to Valkyrie, trusting her to guide their people wisely. For the first time in years, Thor lets go of responsibility and chooses healing over guilt. He joins the Guardians of the Galaxy, searching for purpose instead of punishment. Bruce continues to live with the consequences of using the stones. His arm is permanently damaged, a reminder of the pain required to undo the snap. Still, he finds peace in knowing he helped bring everyone back. He smiles more now, quieter, softer. Clint returns home. His family is back. The house is full again. He holds them tightly, aware that this happiness came at the cost of Natasha's life. He will carry that debt forever. Wanda Maximoff grieves for Vision.